The change experienced by a young bird during its first few weeks of life is one of the most rapid transitions found among vertebrates. Newly hatched bald eagles, for example, are uncoordinated and lightly feathered. They are so underdeveloped at hatch time that they cannot maintain their own body heat. Within a matter of weeks, though, young eaglets grow from helpless chicks to nearly full-grown birds, equipped with the same physical adaptations as their parents. In the life of an eaglet, we witness the devotion of caring parents and the instincts of young birds that lead to their eventual success. Bald eagles incubate their eggs for about 35 days. In the final days before hatching, an eaglet begins to grow its downy natal feathers, positions itself inside the egg for hatching, and internalizes its remaining yolk. Hatching can be a prolonged process. The first pip, a crack or hole made by the baby bird in the shell, can appear up to a day before the eaglet breaks free of the egg. Hatching brings eaglets into a new world of experiences. The nest remains their home, but they are exposed to relentless biting insects, the fickleness of weather, and new sights, sounds, and odors. After eaglets hatch, their parents must work hard to brood their offspring. Mother and father eagles endure all extremes of weather to ensure the still fragile babies do not become too hot or too cold. The eaglets' jobs at this time are to eat and grow. Growth is most dramatic during their first few weeks of life, and they might gain more weight per day initially than any other North American bird. A week-old eaglet weighs almost 1 pound, about 5 times more than its weight at hatching. A 2-week-old eaglet can weigh 3 pounds and measure 1 foot tall. With each day, the young birds gain coordination and confidence. Body and feather growth is uneven, however. Since eaglets spend about 10 to 14 weeks in the nest, moving within the nest and staying warm are more important at first than developing the ability to fly. The thermal down necessary to keep them warm emerges well before any contour or flight feathers. Their feet are adapted to grow fast so they can gain better purchase and move about the nest. Their development is fueled by the work of their parents, who labor to provision them with food and provide bite-sized morsels multiple times per day. The latter half of the nesting period is used less to increase body size and more to develop physical coordination as well as grow flight and body feathers. Parent eagles continue to bring them food, but the adults become more inclined to watch over the nest rather than spend time in it. Older eaglets begin to master self-feeding skills, and they don't need body heat from mom and dad to stay warm. To build flight muscles, wing exercises are soon added to the daily repertoire. In the final weeks and days leading to fledge, that is the moment when birds finally leave the nest, eaglets practice flying skills by moving from the nest to nearby perches. An eaglet's first true flight is a life-defining moment. But it isn't alone. Not yet. Newly fledged eagles rely on their parents for food during the first few weeks away from the nest. Across the time span leading to these final family moments, we witness the devotion of caring eagle parents and the instincts and adaptations that lead to the growth and success of their offspring. Eventually, though, an instinctual wanderlust pulls juvenile eagles away from their natal home. They embark on a multi-year nomadic journey before establishing territories of their own, where new challenges and opportunities await.